في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. Again, inshallah, every time we will give the same reminder to keep making dua for our brothers and sisters in the Muslim world, in Palestine and everywhere else. May Allah be with them and protect them, inshallah, protect their children and their women and their elders and all of them, inshallah, be in their aid and give them victory soon, inshallah ta'ala. Please make dua shifa for those who are not feeling well. Many brothers and sisters requesting dua shifa. We ask Allah to give them all shifa. And please make dua al-maghfirah for Bilal's cousin in Canada. We talked about him in brother Sayyid 249, his nephew in Canada. He was diagnosed with cancer for a while, and yesterday he passed away. So may Allah forgive him his sins and give him Jannah, inshallah. We are still talking about Surah Yaseen, and yesterday we said out with and the sun, and the word tajri is interesting. Normally we use tajri for anhar, tajri min tahtiha al-anhar, for the rivers. And the definition of tajri, for something to flow in a certain route or canal or tunnel, that there is a pathway, and that's why we use it for the rivers. The rivers normally have their own pathways where the water runs through. Allah is using the same word, subhanahu wa ta'ala, for the sun. And that means the sun has a certain route, and this is the orbit, is what we call an orbit. Of course, there is no way Prophet Muhammad ﷺ would know this, or anyone at his time would know that these planets and these stars have orbits and they rotate in a certain, they don't just go around randomly. So this is the word tajri, indicates that there is a certain orbit, just like the river does not just flow everywhere. Until a day when it will settle. And we know one of the major signs of the day of judgment is when the sun will rise from the west. And that's when everybody will try to ask for forgiveness and everyone will try to do tawbah. And tawbah will be no longer accepted when the sun rises from the west, because this is a very obvious sign. Nobody can reject that or deny this sign. Of course, what is the significance of it? What happens when the sun rises from the west? Half of the earth will get 2 days in a row, and the other half will get 2 nights in a row. Basically, there will be time for sunrise, but that doesn't happen because will rise from the other side. So one side of the earth, one half will get 2 nights, and the other half will get 2 days. And they say even there will be a lot of earthquakes and problems when the sun rises from the west. It's not natural, which is another sign of the day of judgment, when there will be a lot of earthquakes, and at the end of the earth, at least the way we know it. But at our time, we have not seen the first major sign yet, which is at Dajjal. For the Dajjal to break out of his imprisonment, this is the first major sign, and it has not happened yet. But Allahu A'lam, we would not be surprised if he comes out in the next few years, because almost all of the minor signs have already happened, most of them. Maybe just a couple did not happen yet. First one is the river, the Euphrates River in Iraq. It will dry completely, and a mountain of gold will be found underneath it, and people will fight over it. They do speak, the people there, that the water level is dropping, but it's not completely dry. The other thing that has not happened yet is for Arabia to go back to its origin, being gardens and rivers. Arabia was not a desert from the very beginning. So it will go back to being that, and they have plans now. They're trying to drain some water from the sea, the Red Sea and other places, to bring back that greenery. So when these two main minor signs happen, then basically everything will be ready for the first major sign, and Allahu Alam, of course. So الشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير, that is the destiny, qadar of Al-Aziz, the one who is powerful, and Alim, knowledgeable. Of course, these two attributes go well together. Aziz, his decision is final, he's powerful. But it will be a problem if someone is powerful without knowledge. He will use this power in all kind of stuff. And Alim, knowledgeable. But if somebody is very knowledgeable but has no power, the knowledge will be wasted. So an example would be, we were talking about Surah Al-Kahf, when Dhul Qarnayn visited those people who were hurt by Ya'juj and Ma'juj, and Ya'juj and Ma'juj are themselves the third major sign. The 10 major signs, number one will be Dajjal, the second one, Isa, alayhi salam, he will return to kill the Dajjal. The third major sign is Ya'juj and Ma'juj, they will come out again. So those people who were hurt by Ya'juj and Ma'juj, they had knowledge. They asked Dhul Qarnayn, can you build a dam between us and them? So they knew the solution, but they did not have the power to make it happen. So when Dhul Qarnayn got there, he built it for them. So that's why Al-Aziz, powerful, and Alim at the same time. والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل, and the moon, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave it these different levels so we can tell which day in the month it is. So the first, what do we call that? The beginning of the month. Crescent, I know in English, I want in Arabic. Crescent is good, but Hilal is the beginning, and then it becomes, after Hilal, what happens to it? In the middle of the month, what does it call? What do we call the moon in the middle of the month? Badr. Badr, right? And when it's about to end, it's the other side. What do we call that? Hilal again. Hilal, Badr, Hilal. Then how can we tell the beginning of the end or the end of the month? The Hilal of the end. So we have Hilal of the beginning. Then we can call the one in the middle the Hilal of the middle and get over with. Hilal, Badr, Muhaq. The last part is called Muhaq. So this is when it becomes kind of like the other direction to tell you the end of the month. And we said before, this calendar that is based on the moon is more accurate than the one that is based on the sun. And many countries in the world, some of in Europe I heard, they are switching to use the lunar calendar because it's more accurate. So, subhanallah, everything in our religion is better. Yet many Muslims go and try to be like the other people. We don't have sometimes pride in our religion. Inshallah, we'll continue tomorrow. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka.